can see there, I'm Professor Parsons. Today we're going to be talking about proteins and what they do inside your body. So proteins primarily help the immune system, among other things that we'll talk about later. Now proteins are made up of a chain of amino acids. All amino acids have this molecular structure right here with a different compound down here. You see they're made up of a couple oxygens, carbon right there, a couple more carbons, we got ammonia over there, and hydrogen over there. Hydrogen is important, remember that for later. So, proteins help the immune system. Basically, proteins can function as antibodies. So when you get sick, proteins are released into the bloodstream that fight viruses, okay? Now, proteins can also maintain the pH of the blood, all right? Now this is important. And when we're talking about pH, we got to talk about the structure of amino acids. All right, so you're asking, how does protein maintain the pH of the blood? Well, what proteins are able to do? Now proteins, they can release this hydrogen right here to make the pH go down and make it more acidic. But they can also connect to a hydrogen over here, make the pH go up, make it more basic. In that way, it is able to maintain the pH of the bloodstream. Proteins can also help carry sodium and potassium in and out of cell membranes. So, let's say we have a cell right here, all right? So that's our cell membrane. We got some Na plus over here. We got some K plus, and those need to go inside. And let's say we got some K plus over here. Those need to go out, and these Na plus need to go out as well. Now, proteins can act as facilitators going in and out of the membrane. Okay, these proteins hook on to this K plus or this Na plus, and they help move them through the things of the membrane. It helps move it into the membrane or out of the membrane, depending on what needs to happen.
Protein can be found in dairy products, nuts, and cabbage.
Now to sodium.
Sodium can be found in any product with salt in it, such as chips, soda, almost anything.
Alright, first we're going to talk about the processes of sodium inside the human body. So sodium, among other things, primarily increases blood pressure through osmosis in the blood vessels. So what we have is a high concentration of sodium ions inside the blood vessel. In order to dilute these sodium ions, the water needs to travel inside the blood vessel through the process of osmosis. Okay, so if the water goes into the blood vessels, the blood pressure goes up because there's more fluid traveling inside the blood vessel. And if there's more fluid inside, more of it's going to hit the walls of the blood vessel, causing them to become a little swollen and gradually make little bumps like that, causing the canal to become thinner, only increasing the blood pressure even more. Eventually, if this process continues to happen, the blood vessel can even swollen up like this, causing the artery to even clog, okay? And that could cause things such as a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. Alright, so sodium can also cause dehydration when it's in excess. So if we look at this, a similar picture as we had before with all the excess sodium inside the blood vessel with some water on the outside, and we consider an equilibrium equation of the water and the sodium ions inside the blood vessel and the water and the sodium ions outside the vessel, if we increase the number of sodium ions inside the vessel, in order to maintain equilibrium, it shifts to the right, therefore decreasing the amount of water inside the vessel. Now this decrease in water inside the vessel can cause dehydration and can cause the organs to lack hydrogen and oxygen, therefore causing major organ failures.
So it happens when there's excess sodium in the kidney, and this can cause kidney failure. See, the kidney acts as a sort of filter for the human body, and when there's excess Na, it can't handle this and goes into a shutdown, and this causes kidney failure.
So you ask, what kind of food products have protein in them? Well, these kind of food products. We got dairy products, we got cabbage, we got nuts, and we got meat. All of these food products have this amino acid chain in it. And all of them perform the functions that I explained earlier.